So, I am here to speak about our children, our youths. And first, I need my audience to know that I'm a father. I have growing kid. I have a 23-year-old. I have a 16-year-old, and I have friends who have children that have the same age, like my own. And there is many other people who have children of the same age of my kids. Um, I woke up this morning and I don't want to say it's a vision because I don't want to talk like the preacher because I'm not the preacher. I just want to give my thought, what came to my mind, and I want to speak on it because there's a lot of parents out there are going through a lot with their kids. We are suffering because of our children. Our children are breaking us apart. Our children are destroying our life. Our children are destroying our happiness, our peace. The same peace that most of us try to protect, our children are destroying it. You see, those children that born 1999 into the 2000s, these are some of the most ungrateful and some of the most disrespectful children right now. And I want us as parents to take the responsibility for our children's behavior. Full responsibility. Why I say that? Because a lot of us blame the system. But people blame the system because they make children for the system. They didn't make children because they love the children or they love having children. Some of them make children because they know of a certain age, I'm going to hand you over to the system. But it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. The things that you used to do to your children or your mother used to do to you in the 80s, if you try today with your kids, you will end up in prison. If you try to discipline your children at home, you will end up in prison. Because a lot of mothers become frustrated and they abuse the children. They don't discipline the children, they abuse them. Verbally, physically, mentally, and spiritually, they abuse the children out of frustration. Because the children push the button. These children don't have nothing inside of them named consideration. These children don't even consider you as the mother or the father. Not even compassion towards you. They will disrespect you on the level that they would push a button in your brain. And if you allow that button to get control of your body and control of you, you will end up in prison because of that child. This is a serious, serious problem we have. But let me tell you parents something, fathers and mothers, because this is not only single mother going through this, or single fathers, or family or couple or husband and wife. This is a general problem in the society today. This is not no one man choose, no one woman. This one here, I'm not going to blame women for or blame men for. This is a problem that we have in the society because you can be raising your child good. Your child can be very respectful to you, your mother, and people, very kind and mannerly. But when your child start to go wrong, the unscrupulous and disgusting children that think that they are a man or a woman already and they are just 13 and 14-year-old, they can twist up the mind of your children. Don't matter how strong a person is, as long he every day around the wrong company and the wrong environment, At some point he's gonna be break, and he gonna become a follower, a leader, or one of the most dangerous one in the gang, because he come from something called goodness, and he start to be around something called badness. So he got to prove how bad he can be and how far he can push his badness to get approved by the people who's already bad. This is a serious problem. And we cannot continue blaming government for this problem that we have. We cannot continue to blame government, because here what it is. Government supposed to provide an education for your children up to a certain level. A free education up to a certain level. If your children have the potential and the desire to go farther in the study, government can come in and contribute something to his education going forward, like sponsoring, scholarship, financial support, housing. Government can only come and support that part. There is not government obligation, but government make sure they set up funds that if a child have the potential to become more or do more, we would help the parents some way, but we can't help everybody. But we would help as much as we can. This is why you get a scholarship. This is why you get programs. But government is only responsible to educate your kids to a certain level. You understand me? Government provide a level of protection for your children. A level of protection. Up to a certain level of protection. Government provide a level of security for your children. A level of certain rights for your children. Government provide a certain help financially to feed your children. Government is not obligated to mind your children. Them. The government is not obligated to teach your children. Them. Your government is obligated to provide job opportunity for your children whenever they reach the age to enter into the workforce. They're supposed to help to provide a level of safe working environment for your children and work. This is why government give businesses tax break. This is why government try to negotiate with companies to open factories in your country so the local children can get jobs. The one who didn't went further in the study get jobs so they can maintain and sustain themselves. Government is not fully responsible for your children's behavior when they leave your house. The first education starts from home. Government only teach your children to read and write. You teach your children self-behavior. And if your children did not follow your rules, I don't want to say that you fail. You just got to know that child going to become a problem to you somewhere down the line. It hurts the parents that going through what they're going through today. It is like someone taking a needle and bore you, and there's nothing you can do about it than feel that pain and hope that that person one day will wake up and stop boring you. It feels like you want to die, but you're not dying. You just feel like I want to kill me, but I cannot be killed. They look at you and say, you gotta suffer this. You gotta suffer this pain for a couple years. And every day you praying and praying that this pain would stop. This person would stop boring you with this pin. And they boring you one place, in close to your heart. And you praying and you praying and you praying and you asking yourself, when this gonna stop? These children are heartless that we have today. These children are cruel. These children are so cruel that they have no love for their own brother and sister. This is the level of cruelty inside of them. And some of them don't even have no reason to be like that. We ask ourselves, what did I do in life to deserve something like this, to disturb my life for the next 20 years? Parents, you didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing. Even if you're a single mother, you're a single father, you is a married couple, you are a child mother and child father, or you have a child but y'all ain't living together. This is the children they was warning us about. Not the ones them from the 80s, the one them from the 1999 up to the 2000s. Those are the children. And a lot of you men, because you is a gangster, because you're a thief, because you're a drug dealer, because you're a crook, because you're a liar, because you hurt people, you want your son become like you. So you encourage your son behavior. And you know what you say, he's just like me. And you women, some of you women, you went and lied down with a criminal, doing all the sort, no potential to see no changes in that person, but you still went because you was driven by the material things that that person can provide for you, or the sex that that person gonna give to you, that you went and make a baby for that person, knowing that this would be all on you. If that, because that person living on the edge, he's a criminal, he can die anytime, he can end up in prison for the next 20 years. Some of y'all females, y'all don't care who y'all sleep with when it comes to making babies. Y'all don't care. As long the man got money that y'all can live the moment, y'all thinking momentarily. Most of you, just like some of our men, we meet women and we think about the moment until the moment become a problem where a life is involved in the problem. We bring forth this little child in the world. A lot of you females staying with man because he got a little money. He's a bad man. He's a gangster. I ain't saying that all gangsters is bad people. But you choose. Is one thing I know, women, you control sex, not men. We just have to perform good when you give it to us. We just have to satisfy you, make you feel how you expect I supposed to make you feel. But you control who sleep with you. You control who you give that vagina to. One thing I want you women know. That's why you always ready and we gotta get ready. You always gonna be ready because you's the one who decide who and who now. But we gotta get ready when you decide if you're gonna give it to me. Choose carefully. people, men and women, make responsible decision, make productive decision. Stop making poor decision. It's not all children are behaving the way like some of our children today. Not all children, but the majority of these children today, they are monsters. They are the great manipulator. These children are the great psychologists. A lot of y'all running to a psychologist. Your children is the greatest psychologist. But it's just because you can't figure it out. The children play on your emotion. That's why you ever sit down and watch a child, and when you don't give him what he want or allow him to do what he wants, you know, he say, you don't love me. You's not my mother. I don't love you. You know why they do that? That is what you call reverse psychology on you. So the child break you down to end up getting what they want because you're not strong enough, because you have no idea what game they are playing. But some of y'all need help to carry your child to a psychologist, for the psychologist to help to figure out a problem, because you can't figure it out yourself, because you know why? You had enough of the child behavior. It hurts me to hear the way how my daughter speaks sometimes. It hurts me to hear the way my son speaks sometimes. His behavior is disgusting sometimes. But we have to deal with it. So mothers and fathers, just start prepare yourself to be stronger and stand up to these children. These children is beating us. They are winning, but the wrong way. They're playing a dangerous game and they are winning to it. Social media is part of the problem. Friends is part of the problem, but let we don't make that the only problem. We are some of the problem, because we make them, and we allow the system to raise them. If your child is not being respectable to you, give them to the army. When I was younger, the army was a place that any child could go and become something. Even the army today, it's making it difficult for a child getting the army. Back in the 80s, coming up to the 2000s, in the 80s coming up to the 90s. You know, when you were 16, when I was 16, I could go in the army and go to the summer camp. And when I come up from the summer camp, I got money to buy my school clothes, my school shoes. I fresh, I clean, I strong. I went and train. I went and train. I didn't train to become a soldier, but I went and trained like a soldier. And I was disciplined when I went in the army. Disciplined. So every opportunity they had camp, we used to go to camp because we want the money and we love the training. The athletic training that we had. It's the army I learned about guns. How dangerous a gun is. I hate guns. I hate gun with a passion, because the army teach me about gun, how dangerous a gun is. Gun don't kill people, it's people kill people. A gun don't fire off if you put it down by itself like that. It's a possibility, but out of 100%, 99% is human being use a gun to kill somebody. And the 1%, the gun can accidentally fall and go off. Something can happen and the gun go off. But get your children involved in a program that's gonna save them and help them. Don't be afraid to send your children them away. I rather know, and I'm talking as a man, a father, I rather know my children die fighting for their country or die in a training to become better than to die in the hands of another gang or another street guy or another street person like himself or a little misunderstanding in the street. Because mouth talking, ego, taking somebody woman. How many of our children die in the street? Until today, we don't know why he lose his life. He lose his life without a cause because he was playing thug, he was playing gangster, he was playing bad man. He play bad man at home, he bad up his mother, he bad up his father, and he go there in the streets and he bad up everybody. Because you know why? When he was badding up his mother couldn't do anything about it. His father couldn't do nothing about it. They couldn't do nothing about it. He go out in the street and he bad up the wrong person and they hurt he. The hurt is so bad that there's no coming back from the hurt. So both parents lose. You lose your child, and the person who hurt he end up going to prison for the rest of their life, and that woman lose she child too. And when you sit down and understand why this happened, there is no reason. You can't find it leave a why, it leave a question mark. Get your children them sign up in some program. Government have programs for children that is bad. Children that have no self-behavior. Children who are disrespectful. Children who want to become street boy and street girl at the age of 16 and 17. Government have programs. Sign your children over to these programs so your child can be saved. And if your child die in this program, your child die for a cause, because your child died he was trying to become better. He died in the training, he died in the combat. Don't let your children die in the hands of the criminals. Don't watch your children die in the street by the hands of the police because they was committing crime. And then some of you mothers know what kind of demons y'all got, but y'all still come out on the street looking for mercies and compassion from people, and you know that your son was a little thief, he was a little criminal, he was a little crook, he was a horrible child. But some of you can't come and say, I heard that my son lose his life, but he was a little demon. Some of you parents don't want to admit that. Some of you parents are so afraid to call the police on your own children. I want to get locked up. Back in the days when you come home with something that your parents didn't give to you, it was a problem in the house. You had to carry it back, or you had to bring your mother and show she who gave it to you. Your son is 16-year-old and your son get 2 phones that cost $1,000. You didn't give him a phone that cost even $500, but the boy get 2 phones that cost $1,000. And you ain't investigating how we get it and where he get it from? And then you want to blame the government after he get killed in the street, or the police, and he have a problem? Your son is 16, 17-year-old, and he get on $10,000 worth in gold on his neck. You barely making ends meet. You not ask your son how he get a chain? This is something that I want to. Your son got 10 pair of Nike or 10 pair of shoes. He got a Gucci shoes which cost $800. He got a Ferragamo. He got a Louis Vuitton. He got Louis Vuitton belt which cost actually $400, $500. He got t-shirt, Balenciaga t-shirt that costs $800, $900. The buy swag out. The buy get watch on the hand cost $5,000. 17-year-old living in your house. You didn't buy it and give he. There is no way that he could have get that money. And you in trying to find out where he get that from? You see your son with a new hat. A simple hat that costs $30 or $49. You see your son with a hat and you ask your son where he get it from? You see your son with a new t-shirt. You is his mother. You washing his clothes. You giving him money to buy clothes. When he buys something, he's showing it to you. You see something that you can't remember. I didn't give that buy that. That buy never show me that. Where he get that from? You son going out well decked out, fresh. You didn't give you $1 to buy nothing he have on. You can't remember the jeans he wearing that he buy. You ain't ask any question? And then you out here blaming government and you blaming police brutality. Police kill your son. You blaming another man on the street who your son and he have a problem because you hear your son rob the person. You get a problem with that now because your son end up getting catch and end up got to go to jail. You're running in front of the court and saying, oh God, he's not a thief. He's not a thief because you didn't see him thieving. But he was a thief. He was a crook from long time because all the things that you see your son have that you know and he father didn't buy it, where he get it from? You see your son 16 and 17 riding motorcycle on the street, bringing home a motorcycle at your house, park it in your yard, and he saying that is he bike. The bike costs $2,000. You know that you didn't have nothing to do with he getting that bike. And you ain't questioning your son? You ain't calling the police to tell the police there's something going on with your son and you need your son to be investigated. You need them to keep an eye on your son. He's involved in something. He come home with a bike that costs $3,000, $4,000. I didn't give him money to buy it. He don't walk no way. His father broke like a broken bottle. His father so broke like a broken bottle that you can't put back the pieces together. I broke like a champagne glass that I fall and break up. You can't put me back together. This is how broke I broke and his father broke. But the guy get a $4,000 motorcycle riding. How much Gucci chain on his neck cost $10,000, $15,000. He don't walk no way. And you ain't questioning your son about that? Here is where now I blame the parents. Your daughter that is 16-year-old get a phone that costs $1,500. The phone is more expensive than her age. She's 16 years, but she phone is $1,800. Your daughter get an iPhone 16 or 15. You didn't buy it. She got internet, she got your number, and she got a phone, and you ain't asking where she get it from? Until she come home with a belly, a sexual transmitted disease or a sexual transmitted infection, then is when you're trying to find out. Your daughter went and plait weave in she head. Weave. You know how much a plait weave in her head? Supposed to be from $70 up to $300 to plait weave in your head. Your daughter is 16. 17-year-old went and plaiting weave in she head. You ain't ask she question where she get the money to do that? And you didn't give she the money? You didn't buy the hair? Your daughter get she nail done. Every week, your daughter nail done in different colors. You didn't ask your daughter who doing your nail? How your nail getting done? And if she tell you it's she friend who doing she nail, you ain't going to see the friend mother to ask the friend mother if this girl does really do nails. And if she does really do your daughter nail at the house. You don't care. Your daughter well dressed up. They going out. Your daughter get on fresh Jordan, fresh clothes, fresh this. You didn't buy it. You didn't give she $1 to buy it. You ain't asking your daughter where she get it from? Your daughter always got money in she pocket. You ain't asking your daughter where she getting it from? There is a big show, some artists coming, your daughter and she friends going. You didn't give she money to buy clothes. You didn't give she money to pay for going to the show. How she going in the show? Where she get the money for the clothes? You ain't asking your daughter question? You sitting down there and watch your daughter wearing she friend clothes, and you ain't asking your daughter what kind of nastiness is that? It's a question I'm asking you parents now. You daughter coming home looking funny, and you ain't asking your daughter what happened to you? You as a mother, you can't see when your daughter having sex. You are not that interested in the life of your daughter that you couldn't see when your daughter actually become sexual active. Your daughter says she get a boyfriend, and you want to know who is the boyfriend parents? What kind of boyfriend she got? Because one of them same boyfriend can turn your daughter in the street. Your daughter going out in the night, going in a party, she's 17-year-old. You ain't dropping her. She going with your friend. You ain't asking who bringing them? You ain't want to know who driving your daughter to the party? You ain't want to know who picking up your daughter back when the party done? You son tell you he going in the party. You ain't want to know who picking you up and who dropping you back home? Here's where the mother and father responsible for. This is where y'all failing. Your daughter is 17-year-old. You watch your daughter leaving the house half naked. And you ain't ask your daughter where she going like that? Because you half naked yourself. You can't tell your daughter anything because you is just like she. You're selling your front. You're changing man every day. You're wicked and lying. You're dressing half naked. You're sexualizing yourself on social media. So when your daughter at the age of 16 doing the same, you can't tell she nothing because you are not leading by example. Some of you fathers, you're smoking weed in front of your children. You're balling a joint in front of your 10-year-old child. When your child starts to smoke weed at the age of 15, you can't tell him nothing because you are not leading by example. You're a failure as a father. You're failing as a mother. You half naked and your daughter half naked. So you can't tell your children them nothing. You can't question your children them. And here where you come in and say the children of today, they are bad. You see my daughter, mother? I never see she half naked, not one day, unless she's on the beach in a bathing suit. I never see my daughter, mother, one day wearing no clothes where half of she body, she has flag is outside. I never see the mother of my daughter walk the street half naked yet. I never see the mother of my daughter sexualize herself yet. My daughter is not an easy girl to deal with. I never see my daughter half naked. My daughter is 16 and I tried to take a picture with my daughter and she make a problem because she had on a bra. You know what she said? My mother don't want me take picture like that. I never see the mother of my son half naked walking on the road yet. I never see the mother of my son with half of she ass outside yet. I never see the mother of my son walk around the house half naked in front of his son yet. Most mother y'all sexualize y'all son from a young age. Y'all don't even know it. Y'all so fucked up. I have never seen my mother walk around the house half naked in my whole life yet. I don't know what my mother breasts and she cut and I don't know what it look like. I don't know what it look like. A lot of you mothers walk around the house half naked. You proverb your child mind to be involved in sexual activity before the age. You naked and your daughter naked in the room. Your daughter seeing your private parts. Your daughter knows the private part that you using to feel good. She knowing it from you. You is the first person who educate your child. Education start from home. Self-behavior, self-awareness start from home. The school only teach them to read and write. You prepare them for the world. You responsible for how your child behave. You responsible for how your child dress and carry themselves. You and your daughter dress half naked to go out carnival time. You get a string in your ass and your daughter get a string. You already sexualizing your daughter from a young age because you like carnival. You like walking around the place half naked. Your daughter got to walk like you. You and your daughter going and dress alike and going out. You start to sexualize your child from a young age, but it's just because you like it. I never regret the women that I have children with. A lot of men out there regret the woman that he have children with. A lot of men, they regret the women that they make children with because now them man get common sense. They're seeing where they went wrong. You pick up a half-naked woman and make children with she, and she love the idea of being half-naked. What you think gonna happen with your baby girl? She want her daughter to be like her. She want to live her life through the child. A lot of you women regret the man that you make children for because he's not a fart. He's no good. You think that he would have changed. So you give you a child thinking that the child would have changed it. you end up now with a problem in your life. Because the son want to be like your father. Your father is a gangster. He want to be a gangster. My father was not an easy man. But he buys them never end up like he. Because we understand what he was doing when we were young. It was not good. We never want that life. Because we had a strong mother and we had other family members who was not doing that. And these uncles and cousins that we had was doing that. They used to make sure that we didn't get involved in that. I know father and son who go and commit crime together. I know father and son who went and looked for the enemy together. So when you son gonna look for the enemy, you saying that by I don't know how this by do that. You know how we do it because you teach him how to do it. He did it with you already. You bring the gun in the house and your son see the gun and your son see what a gun do on the TV to people. You son already see the purpose of a gun, the reason of having a gun and what a gun can do to someone and what a gun can do and the damage that a gun can cause and the sentence that a gun can give to you. Your son see it in the movies already. And here you as a father coming home as a bad man with your gun. Your son seeing your gun in your pocket. What kind of parents are you? What kind of mother is you? What kind of father is you? Everything that you doing evil in this world, you putting it in your children them life. You involving your children them in it. That is what you are doing. You women over 40-year-old, your daughter is 17, 18 and you on the internet half naked with your big fucking belly. With your big outer shape looking plum pum looking self. You look like an egg. No disrespect to you, but it's the facts I'm saying. That's why a lot of people don't like me because I speak the truth. Some of y'all look like y'all 20 months pregnant and y'all half naked and y'all think that y'all look good. And your daughter was 17 years old seeing you like that. Some of you look terrible. Terrible. Some of you, I ask if you don't got a mirror at your house. Some of you mothers, the way you dress and come out your house, I ask myself, where this woman come from dressing like this? And she got growing ass children. You going out in a party, 40-year-old, 40-something-year-old with a bathing suit, with a little black thing cover it. Everything can see through. And you're shaped like a 25-month-old pregnant person. You look like a cow belly. You can't even walk good. This is not to shame y'all, you know. This is just to bring awareness that it don't look good. And you see the kind of man you attract? It's hard for a man leave a useful woman. And it's easy for a man to leave a useless woman. Because a useless woman is a woman who only good for sex. You have nothing else to offer to a man than sex. Just like a woman, is hard for a woman leave a useful man. And it's easier for she to leave a useless man because all he good for is sex. He's just useless Only all he get, he can come and make she feel good. But how long that feeling good gonna make she happy? Most of you people that been together as a couple, y'all are useless to each other. Y'all are not useful to each other. Most men and women today that you see they are together, they are more useless to each other. That's why they abuse each other. This is why they disrespect each other. This is why they use and misuse each other and end up in problem with each other. This is why the woman come on the internet and shame the useless man. A woman don't come on the internet and shame a useful man. Because even if he cheat on her and he leave her and she got children, she know that he's going to take care of his children. And that is all she want, because he's a useful man. He's not a useless man. You take he broke, you leave he broke, and he go on continue living broke, and you end up leaving with all the stress and all the pain. Now you got to provide for you and the children them. That was a useless man all the time you had in the house. His presence was useless because he was there like he wasn't there. He used up your electricity, he used up your water, he ain't contributing nothing. Useless. The children don't see getting up and go to work. Because a lot of you think that having a man in the house, raising the children, that is just, but the man don't go to work. A child need to see father getting up every day and go to work. A child need to see father going in the kitchen and prepare dinner and cooking for them. Not the father sitting all day on a phone playing game or playing game and going out on the road with the friends and hanging out. A child need to see father get up in the morning going to work. When he wake up, mommy with daddy. Daddy gone to work already, my child. Your father gone to work since 5 o'clock this morning. He coming home later. The children come home. Mommy, daddy come home here. Daddy coming home just now. He was doing overtime by job. Daddy come home, he tired. Oh. Hello, children. Hello, my wife. Come give me a hug. Daddy, daddy, daddy. We miss you. We love you. How was your day, daddy? Oh, daddy, okay, man. Daddy was working. The day was good. Daddy miss you guys. Daddy walk up and hug the mother, hug your wife. How you doing, baby? I miss you. I love you. Kiss. The children stand up and see the. Do you know what that do to the children in their mind? Help them to develop. Love start at home, man. Let the children see that the mother is being loved by a man and a man being loved by the mother. Let they see the mother love a man and a man love the mother. Let they see the genuineness in being together. What it means. You making joke every day, your children getting up and see their mother stressing, the mother unhappy. Yes, that same energy going over to them, it transforming to them. It going to them, that same energy, you transferring it to them. Your unhappiness, your bitterness, your hurt, your pain, your sadness, you're transferring it to your children. Transferring it to your children. That's what you're doing every day. You know what is it for a child sit down watching TV and his father open the door, you hear all the keys, clink, 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 clink. Mommy, daddy come, run to the door, daddy. Oh, your father? Hi, honey, how you doing? How was your day? Hug up your child, I love you, come to the kitchen, hug you up. Do you know what is it? How does the children feel when they see that? Some of y'all don't care. Y'all rather sexualize yourself. Y'all rather sexualize your girl children and sexualize your boy children for your own happiness. Some of you sacrifice that moment that you could get with your family because of your own selfishness. And after you do separate from the father, you never went and find somebody in your life who's capable of being a father figure to your children. Because you know why? You don't want no man come and tell you what you must do and what you mustn't do. Because you know why? You was with a useless man for years who use and abuse you. You wasn't with a useful man. You was with a useless man for years. Most of you women was with useless man. And when you find useful man, you try to put condition on them. How you can put condition on a useful man when you were 20 years with a useless man. Now you realize that you want somebody good. You give the best time in your life to a useless man to find a useful man to put condition. You have a problem. And you man, you was with a useless woman that you have some useless children with, to come and find a useful woman to put condition in her life. A woman who live her life with no children, good job, good education. You come to put condition on she, law and order on she. Bro, you better get yourself together. You better come properly to that woman. And you women, when you find useful man, you better come properly. You better get rid of all your doubts, your demons, get rid of all your insecurity, and come to that man and submit to that man. Because you know you was with a useless man for years. But some of you women, you always get a pass because you're a woman. Oh God, go easy with she's a woman. You give your womb, you give your virginity to a useless boy. You make children for a useless man. Some of you make 2 children for 2 useless men. And when you meet a useful man, you come to give condition. You have rules, you have limitation. No, just come and submit when you find a useful man. Today, it was about the children and being responsible, and stop holding the government responsible for your failure and for these little demons that we have as children. Because I am a father and I can tell you a lot of the children that we have, they turn out to be demons, and they are the most ungrateful and selfish beings that walk in this earth right now. Is the new generations of children. They have no heart. Our children have no heart when they become 16 and 17. From the time they're 14, they start to show you the little character. And most of us, we suffer with these children until they decide, or when they wake up. We gotta wait until they wake up in the reality. But for the moment they're sleeping in their own cloud of madness that they have going on in the brain, we gotta stick it out with them. We gotta go through all the pain with them. We gotta take all the disrespect from them, all the shame from them until they wake up. By the time they wake up, we ain't good for nothing. We emotionally drain, we mentally drain, we everything drain, we tired. We ain't good for nothing after what children done with us. Y'all have a blessed day. But at the end of the day, it's your children, it's your child. You lie down, you allow the man to put you inside, you keep you for 9 months, and then you put you out in this world. It's your problem. It's our problem. Let us deal with it. Let us stop looking to blame the government, and let's go to the government and ask the government to create facility and an institution that our children can get help, because we cannot help them. They respect us, but they're not following our law and our rules. They need outside help. We can't do it on our own. And if we need help, go to the government and ask for help. Don't go to the government and blame the government. The government provides school, certain level of help, certain security. They make sure that they create jobs that these children can get. Government doing their part. You do your part. And if you want more from the government, ask the government. Don't demand the government. Don't blame the government. Peace out.